is Alan Miller from Illinois.
It was like 3.5 questions, and then he only had 2.
Good evening, fellow delegates. When I look out over this audience, I see friends and fellow breeders, many of whom I've known and worked with for years. But more importantly, I see the leaders who have helped position us as the greatest beef breed in the history of the world. For those of you that hadn't heard before, you heard this morning of certified Angus beef recently passing the billion-pound mark. When I heard this, one of my first thoughts was to those directors in the late 70s and early 80s, some of whom may be in this room this evening, that had the vision and the foresight to push this program forward. I can't fathom the pride they would feel, nor can I imagine where we'd be today if they hadn't promoted that program. This and many other crucial decisions were made wisely by directors in the past. And that is why I'm here this evening, to earn your support so that I can be part of the process that guides us into the future. I want to begin by recognizing those who have guided my future. My parents, Orlin and Carol Miller, who are at home with the kids this weekend, my brother-in-law and sister, Brandon and Kathy Jones, who are an integral part of Prairie View Farms and are home tending to it while we're here. But most importantly, my 3 children, Amelia, Adam, and Will, and my wife, Teresa, who's with me here this weekend and has been with me every step of the way for the past 20-plus years. I grew up on a small farm in Gridley, Illinois, with a modest cropping operation and 20 head of Angus cows, with a brother and 3 sisters. In that area, it was fairly apparent that returning to the home farm as it wasn't going to be an option. But my parents cultivated in me a love for the Angus cattle. I remember attending my first National Junior Angus Show 30 years ago in Springfield, Illinois, and I haven't missed one since. In 1993, I was elected to serve on the National Junior Angus Association Board of Directors. And the people that I met, the opportunities that I was presented with, and the lifelong friendships that I developed solidified in me the desire to have the Angus business as a career. I am a product of the American Angus Association's junior programs. I am here this evening as an Angus breeder built from NJAA activities. I attended the University of Illinois, and I had the opportunity after graduation to do graduate research in nutrition and to run a beef extension program utilizing the SPA financial record keeping system to work with cow-calf producers across Illinois and the Midwest analyzing financial data. And during that time period, I learned a couple of really valuable lessons that still apply today. To begin with, when you have the opportunity to sit down at kitchen table after kitchen table with beef producers and analyze their operations from a financial standpoint, you learn very quickly that no 2 beef producers look exactly alike, nor should they. Whether they were purebred or commercial, whether they sold their calves or weaning or retained them all the way through, whether it was their full-time job or just a sideline enterprise, they were all important members of the Illinois beef industry. Similarly, one of the greatest strengths we have as a breed is our diversity. Whether your strength is selling commercial bulls, or show heifers, or high genomic donors, or anything in between, you have a home under the umbrella of Angus. Whether you are one of the many producers who registers but a handful of cattle, or if you're one of the handful that registers thousands, you have a place in the American Angus Association. The other lesson that I learned firsthand was the value of data. Gathering useful data takes work. Whether it was working with these producers on their financial records, or whether it was my nutrition research that covered everything from weighing rumens in a packing plant to gathering fecal samples on Christmas Day. None of it came easy, but good data is the foundation of good science. And we need to do everything we can to encourage data submission, particularly for those areas that we're coming up short, so that the top-notch team that we've assembled at AGI has the information they need to continually expand our database and to improve the selection tools that are available for breeders. While I was at the university, there was always a Prairie View Farms that continued to grow, and the decision was made 8 years ago to leave the U of I and to focus solely on building our business. We added cows, we added employees, but most importantly, we built an Angus-only operation that is the sole means of providing for our family. We did, and still do, focus mainly on marketing heifers, but thanks to the diversity of the Angus breed, we've been able to develop bull markets, embryo sales, flushes, even IVF aspirations, and in general market Angus genetics in a variety of forms. And at the same time, we've been able to raise our kids in the NJA programs. They're becoming passionate about Angus, and I see even more opportunities for them than what I have. In closing, we would be hard-pressed to know exactly what all the challenges will be that face this board in the next few years. But I understand the gravity of some of the decisions that we will make. And I strive to be part of the process that directs the future of the Angus breed and will dictate the opportunities our membership and our children have in the future. Like those who were making the hard decisions 30 years ago, I will be here in 30 years to see the results of the decision this board makes. Angus is the family business, and Lord willing, will be for generations to come. I thank you for your time. I welcome your questions, and I ask for your support on Monday.